in a locational position, in our board of directors is together, and it's just us now taking care of everything and in the business. And it's like so many things have come into that perfect alignment of what the three of us have been saying we really wanted it to be. And now it literally is that. But it has been a journey and a process. And we did some things along the way that if we had really let our fears get into it, it may not have manifested this way. But instead, it was just like, we're doing this, everything was just, it's going to be, everything always works out for us. And boom, here it was. It was all laid out in this unbelievably manifested way that we could not have possibly planned out ourselves. We could not have even seemed to plan out that way.
Well, you didn't have to. You put it out there. You manifested it yourself.
We gave it to the universe.
That is exactly
and the universe went, well then, cool, here, let's do this. Yeah. And we went, hey, look what just fell out in front of us.
And it's kind of like, be careful what you wish for.
Beautiful, except this
might be better than you thought.
Exactly. This was even more
right?
than we really had even expected. So.
I really think that I'm familiar with this merge. I'm familiar with your move, mm-hmm. and I really truly feel that this is the best thing that could have possibly happened in your circumstance.
I do too. And you've seen the unfolding of it. Has it not been some weird, crazy stuff?
I've watched it from start to finish.
It's been a wild ride, has it not?
It has.
But look at where we've come from, where we started and all of that, to where we are in this moment, in this now of it.
Right.
It's like, wow. So that is step 2, the unfolding of it, and us allowing and watching and experiencing and enjoying the unfolding of it. Even the parts that were in contrast, we have grown and been given so much insight through those that even those we consider positive experiences.
Absolutely.
As a whole, the three of us are a really tight team when it comes to what we're doing, and so that makes it a lot easier. We're all in a really good vibrational harmony.
I think a lot of people can learn something from that, Samantha, because when we don't take the hardships that we go through, I know sometimes this is very difficult for a lot of people, but when you become in tune with yourself and accept your source, it does become a little different, a little better for you. Mm-hmm. But you just continue to work on these things, and everything, it always works out exactly as it was meant to be.
Exactly. It does. And the universe has a way of showing us exactly what it's meant to be in ways that we couldn't even imagine.
Of course.
If we allow it. So that ultimately is step 3, is to relax and allow step 2 to happen. And it seems like that could be like out of alignment there, but really without step 1, step 2 can't happen.
Right.
And without step 2 being in its process, step 3 really isn't even necessary.
Exactly.
Well, it's not necessary.
Right.
You don't have to relax and allow something to happen if it's not happening anyway.
Right.
That's where step 3 comes in, to relax and allow the universe to work it out and to provide, and it does in the most amazing, the most incredible ways. And that is where law of attraction has its ultimate magic. Law of attraction can be just as difficult as it is easy. We can manifest a life of ease or dis-ease.
Absolutely.
A life of harmony or discord. And it's all in the calibration of our own energy and frequency.
And I think it's possible. And this is probably the way a lot of people that are in some sort of confinement deal with this. You just kind of have to manifest a reality that will suit your environment, to make it into whatever reality you need it to be.
Want it to be. It's really about
be happy.
What we want it to be. Exactly. Now, being happy is about, truly happy is about being unconditionally happy. So it doesn't matter what's going on around you. You're happy anyway. Your dog could drop dead, and you don't. It's not that you
That's
don't
not
grieve.
a good example.
No,
Samantha. That is not a good example. I would.
Well, I didn't want to say, like person, but okay. So I was thinking, cats, dogs, we have animals, so your pet could drop dead, and while it's not going to feel good, because we grieve the things that we love and feel like we've lost, but if you have that place of being unconditionally happy, then you're really tapped in, and turned on, as they say, to the vibration of your source.
Yes.
And in that moment, you can celebrate the beauty of the recycling of that life instead of focusing on the grief you feel in some loss, because you don't feel like there's the same loss. That it's the unity of our energy,
I see
feeling the separation that makes the difference in the experience.
This reminds me of a ritual that I once saw, and it was a culture that when their loved ones would pass, when they would they would burn the people. Mm-hmm. And then they would offer the body they would lay the body out, and it's just like in the middle of the desert or wherever they were living. It was a beautiful place, but they would lay the body out and offer the body as food for the surrounding animals.
For the earth.
You would literally have vultures coming in and picking from the body. Mm-hmm. But in a way, they saw it as a way
they gave it to the cycle of nature, and they celebrated the cycle of the nature, and they didn't see most people even thinking about that, they just find it so horrifying.
Exactly.
I don't.
We entune our bodies. I see
that as an absolutely amazingly beautiful experience.
We entune our bodies so that they can't be used for anything except selfish purposes to just retain our looks.
We do that throughout the time we're animating them too.
Exactly.
I just don't. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I really don't. I'm just like, when you're out of your vessel, you're out of your vessel.
The last thing we could possibly do for people, because I thought this was a beautiful thing. It looked kind of disgusting to begin with. It was you have buzzards coming down pecking your meat, but
the worms, all the other bugs, the beetles, the flies.
But when you see the village come together after the animals have picked the bones clean, when you see the village come together and the things that they do with the bones. Mm-hmm. The bones are then offered to the earth as fertilizer, for other living things to blossom. Mm-hmm. So everything this person did throughout their life is now finding benefit, even past their life cycle here during that stage.
Right. So, it's the celebration of the life cycle itself, how life sustains life, and as on a level of being an esoteric, I break everything down to its base form of energy. I take all other ideas and dogmas out of it and look just at the source of energy. So that's why it's a little easier for me to connect in these things than others, because I don't have the blockages of all those idealisms anymore. But in looking at it like from that energy standpoint, I kind of lost where I was going in that.
Oh, we all do. Don't worry about it. Samantha, it's getting late.
I know, right? I was going somewhere kind of cool with that, and now I have no idea what I was going to say about it.
We manifested something different.
Right, we did.
All right.
Something just went, nah, they're not ready for that. That's okay.
Right.
You can move along. It's something I know I've said to you before. It's nothing new. It wouldn't have been anything new to you, so apparently it wasn't for anyone else just yet. So we'll save that for another episode. It does look like it's about time for us to give a big shout out to our sponsors. We've got in New Light Video Magazine, the Mystics Mall in Savannah, Georgia at the Keller's Flea Market, now newly in Building 1. And we also have the Escape Artist Travel Consultants. They are ready to help you plan your escape.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
Absolutely.
I've wanted to go on a cruise so bad.
It's escapeartisttravel.com. You can also go to mysticsmall.com as they are getting their inventory together and building a site that's ultimately like Etsy, but for mystical items, handcrafted mystical items only.
I've seen some of those items. They are gorgeous. They're beautiful.
And more and more stuff coming. So it's that's a newer part of their project, their .com, and they're really excited to be releasing it and getting it started now. So we want to thank you to all of our sponsors.
Thank you.
And if you would like to become a sponsor of Calm Radio and help us out with other events and things that we would like to present for y'all, we do have a Patreon available. Just go to Calm Radio at patreon.com. Thanks so much for listening in. This is Samantha.
Hey, this is Whitney. This has gone by too fast. It's been too much fun, but I love you all. And I hope to be right back here in this same place again next week. Same place, same time.
Absolutely. And thanks for listening to Calm Radio.